Hi, I'm Jessie Ammett, your host of Valley News Now, and I have a very special, sparkly guest with me today, Mrs. North Dakota International 2023, Mandy Iverson. Thank you so much for being here today.
Jessie, it is my honor to be here today. I'm so excited.
And you are going, so there's so much to talk about. Okay, before I get to where you're headed in about a week, let's talk about why you do this. Let's just jump right in.
Absolutely, Jessie, thank you so much. Mrs. North Dakota International is something I've been endeavoring to pursue for a long time.
Yeah.
I live a life of service, and I serve my family, I serve in my community as our community mental health coordinator for the city of Grand Forks. I serve our community and our country as a member of the North Dakota Army National Guard. And
pause.
Yes.
The Army?
The Army, 20-year veteran of the Army, which is actually how Pause for Mental Health, my platform that I promote as Mrs. North Dakota International, was started because of my Army experience. So
it's crazy.
So the
Army doesn't look the way you think it always looks. It can look glittery and fancy too.
It can, absolutely. Yes, thank you.
I totally interrupted you. So you serve
right.
In the military as well.
I serve in the military as well, and that servant's heart, that making a difference in our community, that servant mentality, that is something that the international pageant system really embraces, celebrating family and the accomplishments of married women and making a difference. And that is just something I have always strived to do as a in all of those capacities. So it was a natural alignment for me to pursue being Mrs. North Dakota. And you know, we do live in legendary North Dakota.
Legendary.
So to represent our state at the international competition for an organization that shares those values that I have is such an honor.
It is.
Yes.
And it's such an honor to have you represent our state too. Like you said, that's the kind of, if you haven't had any background in pageants as I hadn't years ago, you think it's just kind of about the glitz and glam, which there's plenty of that.
There is.
But the substance is what it really is. We kind of use that as a as a platform to be able to talk about what we really want to talk about with you. It's a life of service. It's serving family, serving community, serving our country.
Absolutely.
All of those things. And so that's what's so cool about pageantry is, yes, we like the glitz and glam, but it is about service, and it's about what we can do in our communities, and it's about making a difference.
Absolutely. My role as Mrs. North Dakota, pursuing my platform, is something that I will do with and without a crown. That's not,
and that you have done this entire time before you were ever Mrs. North Dakota.
Absolutely. So it's fun. It is fun to put a crown on and to get dressed up
and have a spotlight on those things that you deeply care about.
That's right, absolutely, and that's really what I'm most excited about is to share my passion, Pause for Mental Health, and to promote positive mental health through the human-animal bond, one paw at a time.
I love that.
Yes,
I'm jumping around, but that's the way my brain works. So we'll go back to. This was born from your military experience, an experience you had in Afghanistan.
Yes. In 2017, I was deployed with the North Dakota Army National Guard to Bagram, Afghanistan, and we do logistics, and we were the only logistics entity for the entire country of Afghanistan. So, yes, right? So
no pressure.
No pressure whatsoever. No. So we're North Dakota. We have this amazing North Dakota nice and this work ethic, and we were highly desired and very good at our job.
Yeah.
And you're in Afghanistan. It's not quite the same. It's not quite the same as being at home in North Dakota.
No.
And so I was really, really good at my job.
Yep.
I was really dedicated to my job. I was really dedicated to my physical fitness.
Yeah.
And
you have to be.
You do. But I was kind of neglected my emotional and my mental wellness for a while. So one day we're sitting in our building, and our behavioral health unit on base had rescued an Afghan puppy, and her name was Rogue, and she was Rogue the morale dog, and Rogue and her behavioral health team came to our building one day and spent some time with us, and I watched the transformation of my peers, my subordinates, my superiors as they came out of the hallway and interacted with that little puppy.
It just warms my heart. I can just feel it.
To see it, and then to feel it yourself in your soul, to be changed. It changed me. She left our building, and I went, oh my gosh.
That's a real thing.
Pet
therapy is real.
This was easy. Why aren't we doing more of this? She reached this group of people that are stereotypically, historically a little tough to reach sometimes.
Yes.
And I watched her transform them. I watched them turn into normal, everyday North Dakotans that weren't necessarily
Right.
in
To
Afghanistan.
soften that heart. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
And I know for even just that little bit of time that they were all a little bit more mentally well. And
Definitely.
that
Well, you
has-
felt it.
That's
Yeah.
I did. I felt it. And
Yeah.
so that sparked Pause for Mental Health. And
Wow.
I have been endeavoring ever since to bring people and animals together,
Yep.
to bring mental health to the forefront of our conversation, because it's
Yeah.
about conversation and creating that culture of mental health, because that really unites all of us. Every single
does.
person on the planet has mental health. So
And all you hear now, I mean, I just feel like you hear it more and more and more and more. I mean, COVID sparked kind of a huge problem.
yes.
Or, you know, and spotlight maybe also on mental health. But
For sure.
I feel like almost every single person you know is dealing with it in some capacity.
absolutely.
And like you said, what is simple? It seems simple. It's just a dog.
That's right.
you
It's
know?
just, it could be a cat. It could be.
Yes.
I actually am a member of Pet Partners of the Red River Valley,
Cool.
and that's what I'm
what is
working.
that?
I'm working towards getting my therapy animal registration with my fur niece, Miley.
Oh.
Pet Partners of the Red River Valley is a local offshoot of Pet
Okay.
Partners. .org, Pet Partners International, and they are
Okay,
an
that's
international
really neat.
organization that promotes wellness and that human-animal bond.
Yeah.
And they have over 10,000 volunteers around the world that,
Wow.
and 9 different species they register.
Oh, cool.
Because that human-animal bond is real, and it
Yeah.
extends to those
It is.
other beings, and just going out into the communities and sharing that bond and that positive experience with our community members. So as part of that organization, I'm working on getting therapy dog certified
Nice.
with my fur niece Miley. So
Oh my gosh.
so join them.
Yes.
They have a sister organization called Triple AIP, so the Association of Animal Assisted Intervention Professionals. So,
All right, Triple
Yeah,
AIP.
Triple AIP. Yes.
.org?
I'm
sure you'll find it if you search Triple AIP.
or if you just go to the Pet Partners website, their sister
They're beyond there.
offshoots,
It'll be a
so you'll
link.
be able to find them. So
It's so cool. So, like you've said, you serve in so many capacities, and so that is one. But we haven't even touched on your actual job.
Oh, yes.
Besides being in the military, besides that portion of your career, you also in Grand Forks.
Yes.
Tell us.
again, my platform is something that I live every single day in all that I do. I am the community mental health coordinator for the city of Grand Forks, and our organization is called Mental Health Matters. So I literally every day, in every capacity, even in my military capacity, am working to confront and combat the negative stigma surrounding mental health, to promote positive mental health, and in my very special way through the pet effect and the human-animal bond, and to serve, again, in communities around the globe, one paw at a time.
It's
every day,
amazing.
every facet of my life.
It's
That's
amazing
what I
that you
work-
get to do that for a job in Grand Forks, in the city that you live in, and it just, I hope you can feel it. It's like, just honestly take a second. You can feel your passion for it, and it just warms my heart.
Thank you, Jessie, so much.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you.
Incredible, and we all know. Like, I'm not really like a humongous pet person. I mean,
Right, right.
you know,
And not everyone is, and that's not for everyone.
right.
Yes.
But I will say, you do feel that, and it's like they can touch a part of you that they're just, there isn't. Obviously, people you connect and you get that amazing bond and that feedback, but there's a different part of you that they can reach because there isn't any of the people stuff, it's just love.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And it touches a part of your soul, and I think your mental,
It so
capacity
does.
too.
I have an example of that to give you.
I love that.
So I was a school nurse previously,
Yes.
and I had an administrator that was not a dog person, was not a pet person.
Yeah.
And Grand Forks Public Schools actually has a therapy dog program.
Love it.
And every Friday we had therapy dog that came into one of the buildings that I served. And that
I can see where your brain is going already.
Yes, that administrator did not love to interact with that dog,
Right.
but was supportive of the dog being in the
Cool,
building.
cool.
And in our conversation verbalizes to me just how important that role of that dog was for the students. So they didn't even have, he wasn't even
like, I'm not really
a pet person. He wasn't even like getting something from it, but he was getting something from it because he saw that transformation in those students, in those staff when the dog came to visit. So
it's incredible.
It is.
It really is.
It's amazing.
I'm so glad you're out there making it like a normal, making it more of a normal thing. And it's always, it's a simple idea, but yet we struggle to wrap our heads around it sometimes, both at the same time.
Absolutely. And it's amazing where it crops up. I participated in the Mandan Independence Day Parade this weekend.
Fun.
And there was a gentleman in front of me all of a sudden, and he had this golden doodle puppy.
Oh.
But I looked at him closely, and he was armed. He was and then I looked closer and I saw his badge, and he was law enforcement.
Oh wow.
And Sioux Falls actually has a therapy dog on the force for
really?
For the members of their staff, their police force, their staff that work for the police department.
Sure, that aren't
and then
all police.
I saw this gentleman, and I said, "Oh my gosh, who is this?
Going
What's going on here?" And he enlightened me that right there in the county that I was in, that they have a therapy dog that they utilize in their school resource officer program, that they utilize for their staff. And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's this county has it, and this county has it, and this city has it." And I was just amazed at North Dakota being as progressive as they were in a law enforcement capacity to have therapy dogs and emotional support animals.
It is very surprising.
It was amazing. Way to go, everybody out there that's doing that, because
seriously. It's incredible.
Again,
it's a very impactful, also simple idea, but yet we don't do it as much as we should, and we can, because it is fairly a simple idea. I mean, I know you have to get registered, and there's different things involved, but and what a fun life for that pet.
Exactly,
honestly.
exactly.
To get all that love all the time.
And you don't have to be a therapy animal handler to experience that bond.
Right.
You don't have to own a pet to experience that bond.
Yes.
Simply going to the shelters or the library or any organization in your community that offers you that opportunity to interact with animals can bring benefits to both you and that animal.
Right.
And so you don't have to be a pet owner.
That's good to know,
and you can kind of choose your species then a little bit more too, if you're more of a cat
choose
person.
your level of interaction.
Yes, I have cat and dogs. So
I don't think I knew you also had cats.
Yes, yep. All of my children are senior citizens, so I have a 16-year-old cat.
Well, you look good for having senior
Thank
citizen
you.
children.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and they're super seniors. So
that's awesome. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. And I'm totally thinking selfishly, like I do like that interaction, but I don't necessarily love the cleanup and the hair and all of that stuff.
Yep, I understand.
So even picky people, persnickety people like me can go and interact on a part-time basis and get those same benefits.
Pet Partners actually registers birds.
Oh.
They register alpacas and like miniature horses. So yes, so you can, and there's breeds out there that don't shed.
That don't, yes,
as well. And
then it's a little bit better.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. Okay, so I know we've talked a long time, but in a week you are going to do an amazing thing.
Yes.
A week from today, in a few hours, you will be leaving for Kingsport, Tennessee.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing there?
Our national pageant for international begins on Monday the 17th.
So you are a state title holder.
I'm a state title holder,
Mrs. North
correct.
Dakota
Yes.
International. All the states, along with countries,
Yes.
come and compete for
the title of Mrs. International 2023.
Wow.
Yes.
Little, kind of big.
Kind of big.
Kind of big.
Kind of.
Women from all over the world.
And like some of the most influential women around the globe are participating as contestants. So it's really an electric environment to be a part of. So
definitely.
Very inspirational. Yes.
Very inspirational. And I think something too that people don't understand about pageants is that, you have this idea in your head from movies and TV, and I certainly did too before I knew that it's catty and it's all about looks and it's all like, and it really doesn't have anything to do with that, even though we enjoy dressing up like many women do. But it really doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with your heart and your service. And these are the most encouraging, supportive women you will ever be around.
They truly
In
are.
the dressing room, it is not catty. It is like,
Nope.
hey, did you need a pair of earrings? Oh, dear, this you need. They're helping each other, zipping each other up, making sure. Oh my goodness, you got a hair.
Safety pin tape, earring back. Yes,
So
all of the above.
you have actually sewed someone into their costume
Yep,
before
yep,
they went out
I have,
on
yes.
stage, yes, to save them. And
Yes.
so it's a really incredible experience. So I would just encourage you, as well as looking into all the things that Mandy's talking about, the international pageant system, as well as others, have this amazing service component that is really what the heart of what they're doing. So you get to
Absolutely.
go there in a week.
I do.
Meet all these amazing women.
Yes.
And so kind of maybe walk us through what this competition is.
Again, International Pageants is a system that is focused. Their mission is making a difference.
Yes.
So our competition is 3 parts.
Okay.
It is 50% on interview, because
That's amazing.
50% of your score is based on your interview. So you interview early in the week, privately with 5 different judges.
Wow.
Yes. And then the other 25% are split evenly between fitness competition, because we want to be
value our
healthy
health.
representatives.
We got stuff
yes,
to do.
we do. We have to be healthy to be there for our community, to be there for our families, to make a difference.
Yes, yeah.
So there's a fitness competition, but that's fitness wear and not a bathing suit, which I am
Yes.
grateful for
Definitely.
myself.
And it's all the same, which I find unique to international. As far as I know, they're the only system that does that, where it's really just about the health component. And so
Yes.
you all wear like matching fitness wear. You kind of come out, do a little walk, and just like, hey, this is important to me.
It is,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then the last 25% is evening gown, which is often a favorite.
Yeah,
So,
it's very much
Yes,
fun.
it is. It is.
I still want to ask you about your evening gown, but
Sure.
I know, no, I'm going to let you save it,
Oh,
because I know
okay.
it's going to be the big reveal
Yes.
at the pageant.
It's
but,
gorgeous.
I'm sure that it is gorgeous. And so that's the fun part too,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and that component is a part of it. As you represent a cause, as you represent the things that you care about, you need to be able to represent yourself sophisticatedly and elegantly in all kinds of different arenas. And so it is fun, but it also does have a purpose.
It
as
does,
well.
it does. So
it's so incredible.
thank
Well,
you.
my gosh, I wish you the best luck.
you so much.
And for those of you that are still with us, we'll give you the little bonus. I love to give a little bonus inside information, like a little behind the
Go
curtain
ahead.
at
Yes,
the end.
perfect.
So I keep saying we. So I am also former Mrs. North Dakota International 2019. So much fun. My platform was Girl Scouts, and I had a ball doing that. So I know of where you come, and I'm proud to have Mandy represent us going on to the pageant. And I get to watch her. So I'll be gone a couple of days and then go down to Tennessee, and I get to watch this lovely lady compete, as well as meet all these amazing women.
And
so
thank you. I'm so excited.
we got a whole crew. We got a whole crew of
do.
former queens that
We
are
do.
coming
It's
down
amazing.
to cheer this lovely lady on.
And
So
that's the other thing. The sisterhood is just,
it's incredible. We competed against each
Exactly.
other and became really,
Really
fast
good friends,
friends.
yes.
I am going down with the girl that I lost to. I was first runner-up when she won. We're super close.
Yes.
It's just a different kind of competition.
It's
yeah.
it's amazing. We're
is.
part of a legacy.
Yeah.
And because we're from North Dakota, we're part of a legendary
Ooh,
legacy.
I like
sisterhood.
that.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
I love that we can do the hashtag like ND Legendary.
That's
That
right.
makes me happy.
True.
So there's your little kind of silly bonus material for the
Absolutely.
end. So finish us off. Take us out there, Miss Mandy Iverson, Mrs. North Dakota International 2023.
Jesse, thank you very much for this opportunity. I am positively yours, Mrs. North Dakota International, Mandy Iverson, promoting positive mental health through the human-animal bond, one paw at a time, with my platform, Pause for Mental Health. Thank you.